Hey there guys, this is Jesse with permofit. So I had some intention of releasing a video last night and a couple of today. I'm going to put them on hold. The coronavirus, the Covid-19 thing is just everywhere. People are just I don't know what they're doing. I've been to a couple grocery stores today. I live in a state that has no official documented cases yet. I live in Montana, and the last time I checked, I mean, maybe we do now, I don't know, but the last time I checked, as of Saturday, the March 14th, there wasn't any cases that I'm aware of. But there's a latency of infection and symptom, and where you're asymptomatic, so you could get it, not know anything for 7 to 21 days or whatever, 7 to 14 days. Anyways, so I just want to talk about it a little bit and ease some of the fear and panic and everything. So the first thing is, don't panic. The next thing is, wash your hands. These are things you should already be doing in daily life. Wash your hands. I work at a hospital, and you need to wash your hands. We have hand sanitizer everywhere, but also wash your hands. Hand sanitizer does not get rid of the debris off your hands. Try not to touch your face. The last statistics I heard, people touch their face on average of 90 times a day. I am horrible. I touch my face all the time, but I also try to wash my hands on top of using hand sanitizer and everything else. Don't stock up on toilet paper. I mean, if you need toilet paper for groceries, that makes sense. But I've been to several, I don't live in a huge town. Population, the whole surrounding area, maybe 150,000, depending on where you draw the line. And 3 of the major grocery stores have no toilet paper. Paper towels, napkins, Kleenex. Hey, guess what? COVID-19 is a respiratory infection. Lungs, sinuses. Why would you use toilet paper for that? I don't get it, but whatever. People panic, and when they panic, they make bad decisions. Don't make bad decisions. Look, I'm not an expert. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not a nurse. I'm not anything. I'm just a technical guy who reads lots of books and tries to use logic and reason. And guess what? Logic and reason dictates that, for the most part, according to the stuff we know, which is not much, but the stuff we know is the people who have the biggest issue are adults over the age of 50 who have compromised immune systems, more typically 60 or older. Compromised immune systems. Jack LaLanne, when he was in his 90s, did not have a compromised immune system. He was old, and he was in great shape. Compromised immune systems. So in this video, I'm trying to keep it short, I'm going to post a couple links to some other really good videos, some people who have more authority than I do or more knowledge than I do. And they're very good. You should totally watch them. I'm not affiliated with them. One of them may vaguely know me through association. But anyways, that's got nothing to do with it. What I want to talk about generally is compromised immune systems. How do you, if you're normally what you would consider a healthy person, but don't pay too much attention, how do you prevent compromised immune systems? What does that even mean? It's basically without getting crazy or detailed or anything else, it's an immune system that is not functioning at its normal level. I mean, that's as basic as it gets. Things to do to avoid that. Your diet is a big portion. And, and doctors may disagree, and that's fine. They have more authority, listen to them. But diet, garbage in, garbage out, you ever heard that term? It's got something to do with it. So your blood is liquid. Your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, mucous membranes. If you're going to get a virus or bacteria or any kind of infection and everything, you want your body to operate as best as it can to deal with it. Whether it's common cold, the flu, COVID-19, coronavirus, Ebola, God forbid you get any of these, you want to be able to handle it the best you can. Hydration. Hydration does one of the things it does is it keeps the blood from getting too thick. Your blood is like a river flowing through your body, and streams and tributaries and the whole 9 yards. And your antibodies, your killer blood cells, your white, whatever they're called, that are fighting these things, have to maneuver through this. And the thicker it is, the harder it is going to be to deal with it. And the way your body works is it's a multi-step process, So you have an infected cell or whatever. You have some parts of your immune system that flag it, say, hey, this is bad. And that flag says, hey, over here, come attack this. Well, the problem is if your blood is like honey or syrup because you consume way too much sugar, and think of candy when you're making like hard candy and everything and stuff. Sugar is viscous, it's like honey. If you're dehydrated, your blood is like honey, or thick. I mean, not that thick, but you get the idea. It becomes thick. You want it to be as natural as possible so everything can operate as it needs to be. The other thing is the standard American diet standard American diet is SAD, the first letter of each word, and it truly is. And part of it is because, well, it's a complicated issue, but so back in the 70s there was a report done on the mineral content of the soil, and basically said, hey, our soil is fairly depleted of nutrients or minerals, so the plants that are growing in it they're not getting enough, and we're using chemical fertilizers that don't put the micronutrients in. They just put like the macronutrients, macro minerals. The PNK, you see on your fertilizer. So if you're not getting it from your food, where are you getting it? McDonald's? I wouldn't. I mean, that sounds like a gamble. I'm not a gambler. So I recommend, and like I said, I have no authority. And matter of fact, I recommend for me only. Take this with a grain of salt, whatever you want. But I take vitamin C, and there's a lot of people out there saying, you just piss it out. You don't do anything with it. That's fine. You can think what you want. But it plays a role in the body. And there's another stuff called N-acetylcysteine, NAC. It's a precursor for like glutathione. Your body can make it. A general amino acid blend, basically the building blocks of proteins that are found in protein. The problem with eating any one food source is if it didn't have it to begin with, where did it get it? Plants make a lot of stuff, but they need some of the basics to make it. So there's a good chance that they're going to be deprived. And then processing destroys and changes and makes some nutrients bio-unavailable. So, and the other one is a multi-mineral. You don't have to spend a fortune. They don't have to be like the creme de la creme of stuff. But most people need something. Most people are fairly deprived, I mean, these are generic terms. I don't know anybody specifically. I do not do any studies. I'm just putting some information out there that are good. I would personally try to keep my sugar intake, my carbohydrate intake low. Keep your protein intake moderate. You want to have the necessary components for your body to build stuff. Minerals is a necessary. Amino acids is a necessary. Carbohydrates are not. They're used for energy. The other thing is fats. Just butter. Oils, hydrogenated oils are not that good for you, but in a pinch they're better than nothing. Not much better, but you don't want to If you want your nutrition to be as good as it can possibly be, to be able to defend off as much as it possibly can. I mean, that's what it comes down to. If you stock up on a mono diet, I have 5 million cans of canned peas and 4,000 rolls of toilet paper, you're probably going to be short something, and it's going to be happiness, because you're not going to be doing well. So, I mean, there was a guy, I don't know if I have his book around here. Shoot, he's still alive. Awesome guy. It's going to drive me nuts. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Anyways, in the 80s, he took a team of trainers and nutritionists and stuff like that. The guy's got lots of credentials, and he's in, I think, his 80s now. And they went and hiked the Grand Canyon with no food, just to prove you don't need food to survive. They took supplements, vitamins, minerals, protein, carb supplements, whatever. They basically took pill form of the basic building blocks for food. From what I understand, they were not happy, but they survived, and they were doing very tough work, and exercise for a week or something like that. It's been 20 years since I've read the article, so cut me a break. But anyways, I know I'm talking fast and just rambling, but it's just food for thought. Be safe, treat each other kindly, wash your hands, try not to touch your face. If you feel you're exposed or you're not feeling well, stay home, recover. If you're starting to have lung issues, respiratory, this is a respiratory infection, call your hospital or your doctor you normally talk to, get their advice. They're the professionals. They're preparing for this. They have prepared for this. They've dealt with stuff like this. This is their job. But don't burden them with unnecessary worries. They're busy as it is. Try to do as much as you can for yourself, but don't be afraid to go get help when you need it. That's a hard thing to say. It's a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to conceptualize. But there's plenty of resources out there. I'm going to include some links by some pretty knowledgeable guys and gals, and they know what they're talking about. The CDC, I don't have the biggest faith in them, but they know what they're talking about most of the time, or at least a lot of the time. The World Health Organization, these are big organizations that spend lots of money to figure stuff out. Even if they're 75% right, that's not great, but that's a lot of right information. So do what you can, be nice, take care of yourself, be logical, think about things. Don't fight over toilet paper or hoard toilet paper. Luckily I have a bidet. They're awesome. What can I say? They're awesome. Just less wiping. I mean, come on, and less touching stuff you don't want to be touching. This is not rocket science. So anyways, I'll leave it there. Otherwise I'll just keep rambling. I hope you guys have a good one. Keep your teeth clean. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. All right. Bye guys. Thanks. Good luck. Stay safe. Be nice. Think of each other. Don't rely on the government to save you. Save yourself. Use this thing up here. All right. Bye.